Scott Hines is an enforcement officer. He collects debts.
You've got a High Court writ here against your company.
The owner of this shop owes £12,000 and a county court has issued a judgment ordering him to pay up. That hasn't happened.
Well, the debts regarding... If you just let me finish, please, sir.
Not surprisingly, the owner isn't keen to pay up.
Well, I'm very, very close to removing all your goods, taking them into...
Last year, county courts issued around 1 million judgments, but in 230,000 instances, they weren't paid and a warrant of execution was issued, which means a visit from someone like Scott. Nikan Woodhouse was awarded £400 after she took a wheel clamper to county court. 2 years later, she hasn't seen a penny.
Bailiffs have been trying to go to his property for months now. It's probably about 3 months. And curtains twitch and nobody answers the door. And actually a couple of weeks ago I did receive a letter from the bailiff saying that somebody had answered the door and that they said he'd moved on.
This wall's all that's left of London's most famous debtors' prison, the Marshalsea. Up until the 1840s, people were imprisoned here for the most trivial of debts. Well, no one's suggesting a return to those days, but a recently retired judge does think that the system for enforcing county court debts is in need of reform.
The system is on the ancient and creaky side, particularly in relation to warrants of execution and the powers of bailiffs. But the main problems are much more fundamental. Firstly, there's a very large constituency of debtors who simply haven't got the money to pay, and there are separate procedures for them. Secondly, and this is perhaps an even bigger problem, a very large constituency of debtors who won't pay.
Many warrants of execution are unsuccessful, but on this occasion, Scott got what he wanted.
There was a few arguments and a few threats made. Once he calmed down, the debt was acknowledged and he's paid in full in cash.
And that's the money?
That's the money, that's another job well done, and on to the next.
The Ministry of Justice has said it will now review the county court enforcement system. Many people hope that'll mean tougher rules for debtors.